All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
We're the brothers out of Great Millstone, Atlanta, back with another Godspeed. Before we get started, I'd like to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. I'd like to give double honors to our elders and apostles at Great Millstone. I want to say peace, safety, much love, and blessing to the occupants across the four corners of the earth that are pushing out this truth and sincerity, and also, putting their lives on the line to do so. All right, and we're just gonna do a quick Godspeed in the spirit of the camp right now. The brothers going in on, basically watching your surroundings in these last days, because the days are evil, okay, and being circumspect and watching, all right, and not being in the spirit of just walking around the earth bullshitting and partying, and in that female spirit of lackadaisical, just frolicking around the earth, because hey, there's an enemy out here that's seeking whom he may devour. If we can get that real quick, that's First Peter 5. All right, we'll start off with that. All right, because knowing that this guy, the so-called white man, Esau Edom, is looking to devour us and overtake us, what sort of mind should we be in? We shouldn't be in a drunkard mind spirit. All right, everything should be sober. Everything should be on point. Everything should be calculated. All right, you shouldn't even leave your house really without a plan. You're just leaving your house just to go ride around the city and shit. You shouldn't really be doing that, man. All right.
But that's why a lot of these individuals don't even know these cities, and they'll go the opposite of a one way. You gotta know your destination, like the brother said.
Exactly.
This is First Peter's 5 and 8. Be sober. Be vigilant.
Yep.
Because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.
Yeah, and most people, when they hear that word sober, they think of drinking, like drunken of wine, all right? Which is important to be sober in that aspect too, but ultimately being sober-minded, all right? Even if you've had one or two drinks, you still have your bearings about you to where you ain't out here just bullshitting around, all right? That you're still on point. So it's important to be sober and to be vigilant, meaning to watch, all right? Because that's the most important part, to actually watching and seeing shit from a mile away. That way, and you can see the enemy coming.
And know your what's the word I want? Know your limit when it comes to certain things. Balance, because you might have one brother that might be good off of 2 or 3 drinks, for instance, but you might have ailments, and you might take a little drink or something. You like Elder Ariella said, turn into a werewolf. Brothers is chemically built different. Some brothers, some things spike. Some brothers, certain things might take a toll on you. So you got to know how to deal when it comes to certain environments. You might see a brother that can go out that's pretty social. That don't mean that you just go out and do the same thing, because you might be a brother that's short-tempered, and you already know you're not too tolerable with these idiots out here. But you got another brother that has the gift of gab, knowing how to deal with people. You adjust to that aspect. But if you know yourself and certain shit pisses you off, know to just keep away from certain stuff at the same time too, until you build the appropriate mindset to deal in those type of scenarios.
Yeah, because if I can add to your point, and does not necessarily mean that you out here, doing shit to have you going off. Because the scripture tell you, just because it's lawful doesn't mean it's expedient.
Exactly.
So just because you can do it, don't mean you should do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Yep. You got it, bro.
Okay. This is Ephesians 5 and 15.
Yep.
See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise.
Yeah, because a fool is one that walks around the earth just wide open. Don't know what the hell, don't know where he coming or going. Don't know his ass from a hole in the wall. That's a fool. All right, so we are to be circumspect, not as fools. Go ahead, bro.
Yep. But as wise.
But as wise. Go ahead.
Redeeming the time.
Yep, redeeming the time, knowing what time you're living in.
Yep. Because the days are evil.
Because the days are evil, man. We're living in the valley of the shadow of death. And we know that now is our salvation nearer than when we believe, because hey, the Lord is speeding things up. The days are more evil than it was 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
All right. And we see it, when we were young, we could go outside and just
go.
Just go.
Parents don't care.
Parents don't care. They know you good.
Yeah.
Just be back when the street lights come on. Now, you got kids in this society, you damn near gotta have them under a watchful eye fucking
Gotcha.
24/7.
Yeah.
You know, because the days are more evil than it was 20, 30 years ago, bro.
Yeah, it's a lot of children that's getting snatched up in Atlanta, particularly. You know, that's a hidden thing that the government doesn't necessarily publicize, but it's all kind of. That's another thing too. The scripture says keep a watch for watch for your kids, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go through certain these Latin communities and just see kids just
Yeah, bro.
I'm looking like what they doing?
Yeah.
You know, they ain't nowhere in sight.
In the grocery store, they just run around. You're like, who the fuck kid is this? Opening shit up.
Yeah.
You know? So just like the brother is saying, the times that we living in, people gonna try to put you in these even scenarios to put you in a bad case because Satan is on them. So you got to know how to deal through. It's warfare.
Yep.
Knowing how to deal on the highs, deal on the lows.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing when to get a little bit of aggressive to get a person off you. Knowing when to take the low and apologize.
Yep.
Just to kill the energy.
Mm-hmm.
Cops knowing how to deal with their asses.
Yep.
Knowing how to deal with governments because our forefathers had that ultimate wisdom. Knowing how to deal with poor. You know, females,
Mm-hmm.
children,
Yep.
everybody.
You got anything else?
Revelation 12:12, and then we'll close it out.
Revelations 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time.
So this devil wrath has increased because he knows that his kingdom is almost up. So he got to goddamn throw anything
Yeah.
at you and see if some stick.
Yeah.
All right, let me catch his ass down bad with a woman.
Yeah.
You know, even though he may know you ain't dealing with a woman, he may throw it out there just
Yeah.
to see. All right, because he has to do something, bro. His time is running out. You know how a motherfucker get when their time run out? They get desperate.
Mhm.
You know, so you got to be sober and be vigilant, man, out here in these times that
Yeah.
we're living in.
And Esau is known as a cunning hunter. So what hunter wants to go hunt without a catch?
Yes.
That's every hunter's dream is to slaughter that game, man. And we looked at as prey. Look at how many of us is in these prisons. You know, that ain't just coincidental because we just bad people. No, this man has created a system that literally just sucks us into his you know, into the pit. It's the system, you know. So just like the brother was saying, you know, just keeping a watchful eye and knowing what to stay away from, keeping a level of fear.
Yeah.
You know, which in the sense of beware, being aware of your surroundings. To be like, nope, I ain't. I'm going across the street.
Yes.
You got it, bro.
Yeah, come. Yeah, so, you know, Lord willing, that was edifying. We're going to end it giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honors to our elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.